Whoa, whoa, yeah. Also known as Black Africa in the U.S. Black Movement. This policy was intended to keep Africa suppressed. Like a puppet on strings, they work to oppress. Exploiting our riches from gold to the oil. While our people struggle, caught in the toil. They whisper sweet lies, but we see through the game. And this fight for our rights will never be the same. Yeah. They call it Black Africa, but it's a scheme. U.S. policies, man, they're darker than they seem. Racial dynamics, they ain't just in the streets. While exploiting our lands, they play it discreet. The wealth extracted from our soil are hidden crime as they cloak their intentions, masking truth with time. From the diamonds and gold to the oil we can't own, they plot and they scheme while we stand there alone. In connection with our African policy, it is highly important to evaluate correctly the present state of the black movement in the United States, and basing ourselves on all available information to try to devise a course for its future development. This approach is strongly suggested by our perception of the fact that American blacks form a single ethnic group potentially capable of causing extreme instability in our strategy towards South Africa. This may lead to critical differences between the United States and Black Africa in particular. It would also encourage the Soviet Union to step up its interference in the region. Finally, it would pose a serious threat to the delicate structure of race relations within the United States. All the above considerations give rise to concern for the future security of the United States. Since the mid-1980s, when legislation on the human rights was passed and Martin Luther King murdered, federal and local measures to improve black welfare have been taken, as a result of which the U.S. black movement has undergone considerable changes. The principal changes are as follows. Since the mid-1980s, when legislation on the human rights was passed and Martin Luther King murdered, federal and local measures to improve black welfare have been taken, as a result of which the U.S. black movement has undergone considerable changes. The principal changes are as follows. Since the mid-1980s, the legislation on the human rights was passed and Martin Luther King murdered, federal and local measures to improve black welfare have been taken, as a result of which the U.S. black movement has undergone considerable changes. The principal changes are as follows. This legislation on the human rights was passed and Martin Luther King murdered, federal and local measures to improve black welfare have been taken, as a result of which the U.S. black movement has undergone considerable changes. The principal changes are as follows. Since the mid-1980s, the legislation on the human rights was passed and Martin Luther King murdered, federal and local measures have been taken, as a result of which the U.S. black movement has undergone considerable changes. The principal changes are as follows. To preserve the present climate, which it should have been divergence from within the black leadership of a person capable of exerting nationwide appeal, to work out and realize the bed of operations in order to impede doable ties between U.S. black organizations and radical groups in African states, to support actions designed to sharpen social stratification in the black community, which would lead to the widening and perpetuation of the gap between successful educated blacks and the poor, giving rise to growing antagonism between different black groups and weakening of the movement as a whole, to facilitate hinder the possible expansion of black business by not granting government contracts and loans with favorable terms to black businessmen. To take every possible means through that AFL-CIO leaders to counteract the increasing influence of black labor organizations which function in all major unions, and in particular the National Coalition of Black Trade Union and its leadership, including the creation of real current for adverse and after reaction among white trade unionists to demands for improvement of social and economic welfare of the blacks, to support the nomination at federal and local levels of loyal black public figures to elected offices, to government agencies and the court. This would promote the achievement of a twofold purpose. First, it would be easier to control the activity of loyal black representatives within existing institutions. Second, the ideal of an independent black political party now
Brothers in the shadows, they scheming on the low, creating division, they don't want us to grow. Promising the light while throwing us in the dark, making sure the spark of unity fades and leaves a mark. But we rise, unstoppable, voices intertwined, breaking chains, bringing truth into the line. A call to action, can't let them dictate. Together we'll gather and decide our own fate. With strength from our past, we'll march ahead bold, carrying the stories that need to be told. From the struggle of ancestors we draw might. In the face of adversity we'll continue to fight. Unity our weapon, love our shield. For a future worth having, our strength will not yield. Side by side we'll break through the wall. Together we're powerful, together we stand tall. Yo, listen up, we got a plan in the heart of the struggle. Gotta take a stand, one moving in silence. Keep the mission tight, gotta block that black movement. Stay out of sight too. CIA with the sneaky maneuvers, stirring mistrust, we the world's true losers. Spreading division, bringing shadows to light. Radical vibes, we gotta keep them in fright. 3 Memphis in Africa, watching the scene. Political games, we know what they mean. Opposition lurks like a phantom in the night. One wrong step and we lose the fight. Remember this, the stakes are high. Fell in South Africa, watch the American sky. Yeah.
In addition, the forces are changing. U.S. influence fading. Africa's rise, yeah, it's cascading. New troubles we're trading. Eyes on the streets, but we ain't breaking. Black voices speaking, watching the leaders, they ain't sleeping. Presses left for weeping, moments flash, but we ain't backing down from the shadows. We rise, won't wear the crown. Thinking with the voices we united, no division. Dreams of a future breaking through the prison. In this game of power, gotta know the trends. Can your spirit flows, a message never ends. Cody B writes the lines in a world so divided. Black movement strength will never be silent.
Yo, we living in a world where the lines are drawn. American blacks united, but the struggle goes on. Instability brews like a storm in the night. Differences with Black Africa catching the fight. Yeah. Soviet scheming, trying to make a play. Interfering in our homes, they lurking, they sway. Race relations fragile, tensions in the air. Future of the nation, man, does anyone care? Such a vibe, man, we trapped in the struggle. American blacks, one soul, get ready to hustle. Stirring up the storm, got the world on fire. South Africa's calling, ain't nobody a liar. The difference wide, like the rivers flow. U.S. and Black Africa, the seeds we sow. Soviets lurking, waiting for that crack. Interfering in the chaos, no holding back. Race relations fragile, on the edge of the knife. Life in the streets, man, it's real, it's rife. Yo, listen up, it's a struggle in our land. Future's looking shaky, gotta make a stand. Since the 60s, when the dream was cut short, King fell in silence, pain we can't distort. Federal moves, trying to lift us higher. Black welfare changes, igniting the fire. But now it's social grind, economic fight. Political dreams, pushed out of sight. Nationwide to local, they plot and they scheme. In this movement together, we keep all the trite. Right into dreams, in the movement lost in the night. Unity's a ghost, we're still searching for the light. Social class divide, can't you see the pain? Black voices cry out, but it's all in vain. With a leader like King to guide the way. Nation needs a savior, it's a darker day. Policy options limited, but we gotta fight back. Rolling for the people, let's fill up the crack. Budget tight, but the need is so clear. Lift us up, hear our struggle, let's face our fear.